Never see the picture of the crowd. The biggest crowd I've ever spoken. I've spoken to the biggest crowds. Nobody's spoken to crowds bigger than me. If you look at Martin Luther King, when he did his speech, his great speech, and you look at ours, same real estate, same everything, same number of people. If not, we had more. And they said he had 1 million people, but I had 25,000 people. But when you look at the exact same picture, and everything's the same because it was the fountains, the whole thing, all the way back to from Lincoln to Washington, and you look at it, and you look at the picture of his crowd, my crowd, we actually had more people. They said I had 25,000, and he had 1 million people, and I'm okay with it because I liked Dr. Martin Luther King. Yeah,
I'm not even sure what he's talking about there. Is he really talking about the January 6th Ellipse event? Because that was not in the same location as the I Have a Dream speech. The I Have a Dream speech was at the Lincoln Memorial, not to get too technical about this, but it was at the Lincoln Memorial and by the pool there. And then the Ellipse speech was, about a half a mile or a mile away. And I don't know how obviously his crowd then was too large, but not nearly as large as what Dr. Martin Luther King had that day. So I really have no idea what he's talking about on any number of levels. I mean, he is just delusional. I mean, he said a lot of other bizarre and delusional things where he's remembering things that didn't occur, or professing to describe things that didn't occur. For example, he had that crazy story about the Republicans are fixated on Kamala Harris's relationship like 30 years ago with the California legislator Willie Brown. And Trump goes on about being in a near helicopter crash with Willie Brown. And Willie Brown said, never been on a helicopter with him. And then it turns out that, he was on a helicopter with Jerry Brown, who's a different Brown. They don't look, there you go. They don't look much alike. And Jerry Brown says, we went on a helicopter, but we didn't crash. So it's just the stuff that goes on in his brain. He's a pathological liar, but he can't separate in his own mind truth from falsity, from what he wants to be true, what he just wants to say, and things that just randomly pop in his mind. His mind is just an absolute mess. And we saw that yesterday. Couldn't even answer a question. It's just, this man is in no condition to run an ice cream stand, let alone the United States government.